Hello guys, Yusaku here, and today we're going to be talking about some Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains Episode 17 cast list and summary. So our summary got released today. I'm going to go ahead and start off by reading that. So Episode 17 is titled The Absolutely Flawless AI Duelist, and the summary reads as follows. Blue Angel rushes to Playmaker, who is having troubles against the AI programs. Thanks to her, Playmaker is able to get out of a pinch and reach the inner depths of the mother computer. However, when Playmaker reaches the databank, a certain character stands in his way. Then our cast reads as follows. We have Yusaku / Playmaker, AI, Kusanagi, Aoi, Emma, Akira, Kitamura, Prototype, AI Duelist, and lots of extras. So based off how the beginning of this reads, it sounds like Yusaku is indeed dueling multiple AI programs at once, unless for some reason they aren't dueling it all. Instead, he's just surfing along the data and they're throwing obstacles in his way or just being obnoxious or something like that, which I find rather unlikely given how, once more, this is a show about card games, so therefore they are probably playing a card game. With that being the case, and Blue Angel being stated to save him, she most likely joins as like a tag duel type of scenario and aids Playmaker. As I pointed out in my episode 16 weekly jump preview analysis that I put out yesterday, I definitely think this is going to be an awesome thing to see if Playmaker and Blue Angel are dueling together, and just because it's so rare that we see a main character and main female actually do a tag duel together. I think the only time we've actually seen that in a previous Yu-Gi-Oh! Show was in Season 4 of GX when Jaden and Alexis dueled together, and even there it didn't have much to do with the plot, versus this episode seems like it's very plot heavy, as this is when Yusaku's breaking into the data storm in order to try and figure out what happened 10 years ago. So if Aoi is indeed helping him here, then she's playing a huge role in that, and she'll probably continue along with him on his adventure through the data storm. I suppose another possibility is she distracts the AI while Yusaku escapes and she takes over the duel or whatever's going on in order to let him do it. That's another possibility. I just hope that isn't the case. I want to see her be almost like his best friend role at this point, because of the way I'm starting to imagine how awesome it could be if it plays out like that. Okay, so during the second half of the summary, after Aoi manages to help Playmaker get through his little pinch against the AI, he ends up finding a certain character standing in his way. Now, there are many ways you can interpret this. One way is definitely that it's this prototype AI duelist that's listed in the cast, and that's our absolutely flawless AI duelist that's mentioned in our episode title. So if that's the case, it does also call it a character, which means I feel like they're probably going to give it a more specific persona than just a generic AI. Part of me almost wants to go ahead and venture and put out a really crazy theory that maybe it's Jaden from GX. I mean, if we look at a bridge, they call him the absolutely flawless guy in that all the time, though I highly doubt the writers actually took it from there, hence me calling that an absolutely ridiculous theory. Another possibility is definitely that maybe it's Emma and she's switched sides once again, given how she seemed to have been hacking alongside Kusanagi, given what we got in the weekly jump preview. Maybe she's now jumping in as Ghost Girl, given how she's listed as Ghost Girl and she's standing in Playmaker's way. He has to duel her again, or something like that. Maybe Aoi's going to end up dueling her because she came along with Playmaker, and she's going to end up dueling her so Playmaker can keep moving on. Or it could be Kitamura himself jumping in, given how he's on the cast list analysis and he's definitely with Soul Tech. It could be any number of scenarios. I'm definitely going to lean towards probably saying the prototype AI duelist is the most likely candidate, given how I have a feeling this whole Blue Angel saving Playmaker thing is going to happen more towards the beginning of this episode based on the way the episode 16 summary reads. I have a feeling that's just going to play out within the first 5 to 10 minutes. Then the real episode chunk of this is going to start, and given how our title is about the absolutely flawless AI duelist, I have a feeling that's probably who Yusaku is going to end up facing when that a certain character stands in his way. Suppose another potential scenario is that maybe AI ends up dueling Yusaku for some reason. Maybe it's a clone of Yusaku's eye. Maybe it's a clone of Ignis, or one that an AI that was given the persona of Ignis that's then meant to duel Yusaku. That's another idea. I mean, there are so many ways. It's very vague at this point, but it's going to be exciting to see how that comes out. Otherwise, we have Kitamura, who's probably just commanding the AIs if he doesn't have anything to do with the duel. I find it unlikely he's going to duel this early, if at all. He seems more like one of those backseat leader types to me so far. Kusanagi's going to be doing his hacking thing, most likely. Ghost Girl probably hacking alongside Kusanagi, though, as I pointed out before, it is an outside possibility she's going to end up dueling in this episode again. And given how she is Ghost Girl, actually, she might be doing some hacking from within Vrains or something along those lines. Then we have Akira, who I'm not really sure what I think he's doing in this episode. maybe he's seeing what Kitamura's doing. Maybe he's spying for Yusaku, and like passing on information to Kusanagi, or passing on information to Aoi as to how to keep proceeding through the firewall. I would assume by this point Akira's probably more on Aoi's side. I think he also probably feels in some ways like he owes Playmaker a little bit of a debt for the fact that he saved his sister, so maybe he's going to try and help him get that information. Maybe he'll help Playmaker get through another pinch as he continues his journey through this data area. And that about wraps it up in terms of our cast list, other than lots of extras. I'm assuming that might be like tons of AI spanned from Soltech or something going on in the background. Nobody too specific for sure, otherwise they wouldn't just be listed as extras. So that about wraps it up in terms of my thoughts on this summary and cast list analysis. Be sure to let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video, also be sure to like and subscribe, and as per usual, have an excellent day.
I'm chasing cars and driving far, 'cause that's where they told me I needed to go. I never